get into some things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button if you are new here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be as bad, because I don't be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all. Convince me that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Listen, y'all know I don't normally come in here late, but baby, we got a few things we need to talk about. Hold on. Hey, everybody coming in. I forgot to put this in here. Thank you, Andre. Thank you, boo. All right, you guys. So let's get into it. We're only gonna cover 2 topics tonight. We don't have time to do a full, a full tribe meeting, but honey, we're gonna get into 2 of these little situations. Okay, 2 of these little situations. Did I do it? Oh, okay. And then we're gonna get on out of here. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is Amani. I said Amani. Teyana Taylor and Amani Shumpert. We know that they are divorced. Now, a couple of days ago, I reported what was out there in the news about her divorce settlement. And y'all let me know that her mama came out here and said, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. And I said, well, listen, she ain't say it wasn't true. She just said that everybody walked away happy, right? Everybody walked away with money, cars, and property. She ain't say that it wasn't true. Well, Teyana Taylor has now come forward and said, first of all, a lot of what was said in the divorce is cap. However, she did admit that Amani, in her opinion, Amani leaked those documents against a court order, and she did let the judge know. And he could possibly actually go to jail for violating the court order. She said there's only 2 people that had those documents, me and him. And I know I didn't leak them. So I'm going to read you guys an article, and then we're going to listen to, she did a live and address some of it. I'm going to let y'all hear what she had to say. But let me read y'all this little article real quick. It says, report says that Amon Shumpert leaked sealed info about his divorce from Teyana Taylor. Even though Teyana and Amon finalized their divorce way back in June of 2024, the legal battle between the former sexiest couple on earth is far from over. According to TMZ Hip Hop, the 34-year-old actress, singer, and creator, that's all she is 34? Damn, okay. And creative director is demanding that the judge in their case hold him in contempt of court for leaking sealed documents about their divorce assets to the media. This charge could see the Dancing with the Stars champ sentenced with jail time of up to 20 days behind bars. According to legal docs obtained by the outlet, the spilled news concerned the division of marital assets. Reportedly, the singer was awarded four properties to Amani's 3, with Teyana's share including a tour bus and a Maybach she purchased after Shumpert crashed and abandoned her Rolls Royce without replacing it. Well, then she should have got it. If that man was driving her Rolls Royce and he crashed it and he didn't replace it, then why she can't keep the Maybach that she bought? I don't understand why that's a problem, but okay. The former couple, who split after 6 years of marriage, shared 2 daughters, 9-year-old Junie and 4-year-old Rue, whom Shumpert reportedly supports at $8,000 a month. Previously, it had been reported that Teyana would keep sole ownership of her companies, TaylorMade and the Aunties. And Shumpert, now reality star, was ordered to pay a one-time 7-figure payment to Taylor and retain his portion of investments in unnamed joint business ventures. Despite the legal whirlwind, it appears that Taylor is still open to dating again, as she and actor. Okay, now they're going off on her and the actor. Okay. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to what she had to say. It sounds like she's just tired. Let me tell y'all something. When I listen to this live, I'm gonna let y'all listen first, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what I think, because I don't want to. I want to sway what y'all getting ready to hear. So I'm gonna let y'all hear it, and then I'm gonna give y'all my 2 cents on it, and then we're gonna move on over to the Breakfast Club. Okay? Okay.
But I'm also fine with saying what I gotta say, and then if y'all still believe the lie, then that's fine too. But how about this? Let's just stop leaking stuff. Let's just stop leaking stuff, y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired. And I don't want to feel, I'm about to keep talking about this, and I also don't want to feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Like, oh my God, I have a movie coming out. That means a fake rumor's about to come out. Another thing about the divorce is about to come out. Okay, I have this movie coming out. Oh God, and we're just waiting for something to, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. So no, I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling. And everything I'm saying to y'all on this live is exactly what I told Iman. Iman, we both know that's not true. You know good and well I ain't take all these luxury cars and properties from you. You know that. What do I gain out of making myself look like I took a black man for all he got? I said all of this in text. So what are we talking about? Please leave me alone. Like, I'm not about to address this anymore. Just please, whatever anybody's gonna release it on your own time. Don't wait for me to have what I have going on for rumors to randomly start coming out. That's all I'm saying. Like, I want it to be divorced. We're divorced, and I want to move on with my life in peace. And I can't seem to do that if every once in a while, every time I got something going on, is another rumor about this divorce that's sealed coming out, bro. It can only be coming from 2 places. And it's either me or him. It's either me or him. Who is it coming from? What do I gain out of looking like I'm taking the man for all he got? I ain't going front. If I really did come up, bitch, that just would have been the way the cookie crumbled, bitch. Shit. But I didn't. So I'm not going to allow you to take the credit for everything that I paid for. I remember the day it came out of my account. I remember the day I was like, damn, bitch, that's a lot of money. I remember all of that. I don't give a fuck if I got Bill Gates money. If some shit is expensive, I'm like, bitch, that's expensive shit. But at the end of the day, I worked my ass off, and I was able to get myself all of these luxury things, and I was able to walk away with all of the luxury things that I paid for, and so was Iman. I didn't snatch back no gifts from him. I didn't do none of that. I can't control what he did on his side. But be clear, all of this was private until he leaked this divorce, before he leaked this whole divorce. I filed in issues to keep me, him, and the kids safe and out of the public's eye. One thing y'all always seen me do was go to the internet and ask y'all to please stay out of the group chat. Please mind y'all business. Please just give us the privacy to handle this accordingly. I've always pleaded for that. I've always pleaded for privacy in regards to our divorce, our separation, our ups and downs. So for y'all even sitting there being mad at me for doing a nice post after y'all was this close to canceling him, me going in and saying, yo, like, that's my, like, back up off my bestie, not too much. Like, I'm supposed to do that. We share children together. We have a daughter that's on social media. I'm supposed to protect my family. At the end of the day, Iman is still my family. We're going to be family for the next 21 years. So it's going to be what it's going to be. Like, and the crazy part about it is, even through all this, and as in closing, through all of this, Iman is still my family. I have nothing but love for Iman. But it is hurtful that he has not once stood up for me. He hasn't once stood up for me this whole divorce process. Like, he hasn't stood up. And I had to let the judge know, like, this just got to stop. And at the end of the day, you still violating court orders. We're not allowed to even discuss who got what or what. But you leaking information that have our private addresses on it, that have our kids' full names and where they go to school. That's too much. That's too much. But at the end of the day, I don't have nothing against Iman. That's my motherfucking family. And honestly, even through it all, I still look at him as gang. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no beef with Iman. That's why it's mind-boggling that all this shit keep coming out. And then when I'm addressing him about it, it turns into an argument. So it's only showing that one person is mad in this situation. I sat in court and told them people that that's like family to me. He said, she'll never be family to me. Cool. That's fine, but I'm not gonna match your energy, bro. I'm not gonna do that. I swear for Lord, anything. If I ever see Iman outside and look like some niggas is on his head, I'm jumping in that. Period. I'm jumping in that. I'm getting on that with niggas. Like, what? Are you shitting me? That's my baby daddy before anything. That is my family before anything. What? Now, if he would do the same, I don't know. But I know where I stand. I'm not upset with Iman. I am hurt by how he has handled the situation, handled the whole divorce proceedings, including everything that's happening now. But Iman is my family, and Iman is the father of my children, and that's never going to change. That's never going to change.
So let me. Go backwards. Lord, sorry. Y'all know what? When I listened to this earlier today, I had some mixed emotions, right? And by the time I got to the end of this video, I said to myself, that's what peace looks like. That's what peace looks like. And let me explain to y'all what I mean by that. When you are really truly at peace with the decisions that you have made, that's what peace looks like. That's what maturity looks like. That's what peace looks like. I keep wanting to say Amani. Aman is miserable. And he's doing everything in his power to make her miserable because he is trying, like a child, he's pulling her pigtails to get a response from her, and she's not giving it to him. And do I think that for one moment she don't be cussing that man out privately? I absolutely believe that she give as good as she get privately. But publicly, she's never going to give us that satisfaction. Just like when we found out about the divorce and she came back down here. What up, Danny Boo? And she came down here and said, not too much. Not too much on my baby daddy. Because now, I also think she would be moving differently if they did not have children. If they did not have children, I think she'd be moving differently as well. I think a lot of what she's doing is to protect her children. Like she said, remember when she first filed, we didn't know about the divorce. He was the reason why we found out about the divorce to begin with. Remember, she filed under initials. He petitioned the court to make it public because he wanted us to know what was going on. We didn't even know these two were separated, divorced. I mean, we knew we hadn't really seen them and all of that, but we did not know, right? And honestly, we didn't even know that the divorce was final damn near a year ago. And we still wouldn't know if he hadn't said anything. Hey, what's up, Diva? I honestly, and I know that people might feel differently, and that's fine. But for me, I heard that. And again, in the beginning, I was like, what you mean? Da-da-da-da-da. But on the flip side, once I got to the end, I said, you know what? Baby, that is what peace looks like. That is someone who made a decision, who followed through with their decision, who did it with decency and in order. You did not try to embarrass this man. You didn't put none of their business out on the street. You didn't talk about why the divorce happened. I mean, there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of talking about it, but baby, we ain't heard nothing from her. We ain't heard nothing from her about what happened and what didn't happen, what went right and what went wrong. We didn't hear nothing from her. It's all speculation or information that Amon put out, right? And I think she's handling it correctly by going to the court saying, listen, this is what he's doing. I want him to stop. Because like she said, if you put out paperwork that has where your children go to school, your children's full names, like, why are you purposely putting your children in danger? Because you mad at her. And you really only mad at her because she stopped putting up with your shit. That's what you mad at. You don't even want that woman back. Let's call a thing a thing. Amon, hey, come here. You don't even want that woman. You just mad that she left. You mad that she left first. You're mad that probably after forgiving you 2, 3, 4, 5 times, she said, you know what? I'm done. You good. You got it. Me and my children, we gonna be all right. So I kudos to Teyana because, this could have been handled a lot of different ways. I don't think he wants Teyana back because he loves her, though. He wants Teyana back. When I say he don't want her, I don't mean he doesn't want her back in his life. I mean, he does not want to respect her. He doesn't want to cherish her. He doesn't want to treat her like the queen that she is. That's what I mean when I say he doesn't want her back. Oh, he wants her back, but he doesn't want her back for the right reasons. Maybe I should say that. He doesn't want her back for the right reasons. He doesn't want her back because he realized, oh my gosh, I want a chance to get this right. I love my wife. I love my family. I want to make this work. No. You're mad because she did it first. And she meant it this time. See, let me tell y'all something. The worst thing, and I mean, I can only speak from a woman's perspective because I'm not a man and I don't date men. I mean, I don't date women, but I can only speak from my perspective. One thing I'll say about men when it comes to women, the worst thing that we do as women, and I'm guilty right here, guilty, me right here, guilty. The worst thing we do as women, well, no, I'm about to lie. I've never dealt with infidelity that I knew of. I found out after the fact. I never dealt with infidelity in the moment. We broke up for a totally different reason. Then I found out later he had a whole nother woman pregnant, but I didn't know in the moment. But what I'm saying is the worst thing we as women do is that we accept the behavior thinking we're going to change it. And the first time we accept that bad behavior without change, we set ourselves up. Now, I'm not saying you can't forgive somebody, but make them show you. Because see, the best apology is changed behavior. So make them show you that the behavior has changed. See, all of that coming home with flowers saying, I'm sorry, baby, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But we don't make him show us that there's a change to the behavior. So what does that tell him? Oh, all I got to do is come in here with some flowers and say, I'm sorry. She going to take me back. And when we finally mean it and we walk away and we mean it for real, that's when men usually lose their mind. What up another round? Hey, y'all, I hate to say it, but no man wants a woman to leave them. They think about Dr. Greg and Quad. Right. Now, that's just my opinion, y'all. That's just my opinion. And look, you take my opinion and you add 2 cents to it, and you're going to have 2 cents, okay? But that's how I feel about it. But I love Teyana Taylor. I respect Teyana Taylor, and I respect the hell out of how she is handling this. And again, Amon, this just shows me just how fucking petty you are. You had her, you screwed it up. You effed it up, sir. You effed it up, y'all. And I'm not saying she was perfect and he was horrible. It takes 2 to make it work. It takes 2 for it not to work. But the way it's being handled shows me all I need to know. The way this is being handled Shows me all I need to know. And that's, like I said, now that's my 2 cents. You can take my 2 cents. You can add it with 2 more cents, and then that's it. Hold on, y'all. I've been meaning to do this all day. The heck on it. Give me a second. I lost my timestamp, so let me get to the timestamp. Give me a second, y'all. All right, so I think I think I got where I want to be. So just hilarious down to the Breakfast Club. Now we know that Angela Yee, left. We know that they did the whole what a lot of these shows do when they're looking for a new co-host. They kind of audition people, have people come on. They did the round robin panels and all that stuff, and eventually they settle on Just Hilarious. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let me tell y'all a couple of things before we get into this story. I saw this, like, shout out to Armand, because Armand, I think, was the first YouTuber that I saw kind of talking about this. So shout out to Armand. But I really wasn't going to talk too much on it, and let me tell you why. Because I don't fucking like Just Hilarious. I think she's a homophobe. I think she's disrespectful. I think she's rude. I think she's unnecessary, and I don't think she's funny. Like, I don't even think the name fits. So honestly, I wasn't going to talk about it because I don't like the Breakfast Club. I don't like Charlamagne. I don't like DJ Envy. I'm not entertained by the show. I think Charlamagne is a horrible person. I think he's a misogynistic, egotistical asshole. And I really didn't like the way he handled himself during the campaign, because you showed your true colors. Because you don't want to be a Trump supporter, but you could not bring yourself to support a black woman. You just couldn't do it. Y'all just had, you and the Stephen A. Smiths of the world, y'all just had to find something fucking wrong with Kamala Harris. But you knew what Donald Trump was over here. But y'all just couldn't find a way to support that woman. You just couldn't do it. And y'all used y'all's huge platforms to work against that woman. And now look at what the fuck we have. So honestly, I don't really give a damn what's going on over at the Breakfast Club. I think everybody is getting what they deserve, honestly. But we'll talk a little bit about it because it's in the news. Now, Just Hilarious did a live last night or the other day. I think it was last night. I'm almost certain it was last night. Pretty much airing out the Breakfast Club. Now, let me say this. Y'all know I tell y'all all the time, my job on YouTube is to talk about celebrity news and gossip. So we're going to talk about celebrity news and gossip, and this is celebrity news and gossip. But let me tell y'all something. I think part of our problem today, when I say I ain't talking about black people, I mean just people in general, is that we really do feel like it's appropriate to come to social media and just talk about everything. We really do think it's appropriate. In what world is it appropriate, Just Hilarious, for you to come down to the internet, the same place in which you work? Because again, for me to come, if I come down here and talk about stuff at work, this ain't where I work. I mean, you know, my full-time job. And even then, I wouldn't tell y'all what school I worked at. I wouldn't tell y'all the name of my boss. I wouldn't tell y'all the names of the people in the story. I would keep it as generic as possible if I just feel like I just got a vent. Right? You went down to social media and proceeded to do a whole live airing out your coworkers / boss. Girl. Now I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit of what she talked about last night. Because this video right here is 20 minutes long. We're not listening to 20 minutes of just hilarious talk. But I want y'all, if you haven't already, I'm sure most of y'all have already heard. But if you haven't already heard, you know.
Who they were going to, they say, you know what, we're going to rotate co-hosts like we did before you actually got the third seat. That's what they said. I said, no, I want somebody who know what they doing. I've always from jump gave Lauren LaRosa her fucking flowers, and will always, because what does she do? She does this shit, okay? She shows up. She has a background in journalism. I don't, but that's not why I was hired. I was hired to do Just with the Mess. I was hired to carry that third seat, and I was doing that just great. But then I got pregnant by my fiance. Yeah, I did. Wouldn't regret it. Never would. I fuck around and have another one. Stop playing with me, okay? So I picked her. All right, cool. It's proof of that too. When I got back, she never left. I constantly was asking about, and when I say I called Charlamagne, I called our program director, I called the boss, I'm asking, all right, what's going on? Where's she? Why is she not leaving? What's up? Why is she still on air? I was told that she was going to be the producer. She was going to be hired as a producer. Okay. Producers aren't on air though. So what's going on? Because we have a lot of producers up there already. They're not on air. What's going on? I've called and I've asked many times. That's what I got told. She's a producer. Oh, okay, cool. So I ain't asked no more. She's only on my segment. So I'm like, all right. I'm putting shit together because that's what I do. I put shit together. All right, here we go. So Shorty must about to be on the show. That's exactly what I put in my fucking head. Before anybody decided to come and tell me again. So I did another round of asking. All right, what are we doing? All right, well, we've always, this is the boss. We've always considered having a fourth seat. But when the fuck was y'all gonna tell me that? When was y'all? And this is months after I came back. This is like 2 months after I came back from maternity leave. We've always, ever since Angela Yee left, we said that we would consider having 4 seats. So why, when me and Claudia Jordan did the guest co-hosting, or me and Kendra G did the guest co-hosting, did everybody say, oh, it ain't gonna work with 4 people? Why, right? Why was that ever even said? Why wasn't that something that was presented at the jump, like from jump, at the top of the shit? That's what I want to know, right? But I'm still playing. I'm still here, mind you. I'm not playing the game. I'm just still here with it because I'm in this. This is a fucking contract. This ain't no part-time little shit that I got. I got a contract that I negotiated and I got it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm on air. She overtalks. She's over talking me. Lauren knows she does this shit. Whatever. I've told her about this shit many a times. She over talks me. I'm like, yo, shut up. All right.
Now I'm gonna pause right there. I have a couple of things I want to say, and then I'll let y'all listen to a little bit more. And then we'll listen to what happened today. First of all, I told y'all this when we talked about the Tamar thing. You can have a valid point, but the way in which you choose to address it can fuck up everything. I actually understand her frustration. She went out on maternity leave. She was told that this person will be replacing her. When she got back from maternity leave, the person didn't go nowhere. And now she's sitting here going, wait a minute. What's the problem? Why is she here, Ike? And you said that when you addressed it or when you asked about it, you were told, well, we were always thinking about doing a 4th seat. But you were told when you were auditioning for this that they didn't want to do a 4-person panel. So now you know that they are playing in your face. Now, I understand the frustration on that end. Here's where I start to have a problem. one of the things that will get me pissed off, don't shush me and don't tell me to shut up. And I have a bad habit of shushing, and I have to work on that because I know I don't like to be shushed. But I don't tell people to shut up. I don't even tell my students to shut up. And I mean, at my highest of frustration, I have never yelled and told my students to shut up. I just don't. Now I might say be quiet. I might yell some other stuff. But that's just something that doesn't come out my mouth. So for you as a grown ass woman to tell another grown ass woman to shut up, now we got Houston. Now we got a problem. Now I'm gonna let a little bit more of this play, and then, like I said, we'll talk about what happened today. Because mind you, she did all of this last night, knowing her ass was going to work today. I honestly feel like she did. I honestly feel like her contract wasn't renewed. That's what I think. Let me just go ahead and skip to the end because I might forget to say this later. I think she found out her contract wasn't being renewed, and now she's like, well, fuck it then. That's what I think. Because I cannot wrap my brain around you wanting to stay in this job and handling it the way you're handling it. Yeah, when I was growing up, telling somebody to shut up, but you might as well have cussed at them. If my mama had heard me tell somebody to shut up, I'd have got popped in the mouth the same as if I had said hell, damn, shit, fuck. You know what I mean? Now, the other thing is, and I am by no means, I do not want to sound like I'm siding with people who are like, oh, well, a woman shouldn't get pregnant. Because I think a woman can get pregnant whenever she chooses to get pregnant. We put laws in this place, well, at least until tomorrow, probably when Donald Trump takes them away. But we put laws in this place to protect women. Oh, I'm sorry, that's DEI. So it is already gone. But we used to have laws in this place to protect women while they were on maternity leave so that they wouldn't lose their jobs, right? But I also feel like, and this is in any situation, I also feel like that when you are out of work for an extended period of time, you do leave yourself vulnerable to somebody coming along and doing your job better than you. And I think that's what happened in the case of Jess Hilarious. Somebody came along and did your job better than you. And instead of them firing you, which, they probably couldn't, but because you were on maternity leave, they said, okay, well, we're going to just keep her because she's actually doing a really good job. We're getting good feedback. Y'all know that everything is about the numbers. Y'all know everything. People were probably sending in great feedback. Right. Jess, you picked the person that was going to take your job. Now let's listen to a little bit more, child. Like I said, we ain't going to listen to this whole thing.
Hush, be quiet. Yeah, that clip that y'all saw. Yes, shut up. Be quiet. Yeah, I've said that. And I've meant that. You know what I mean? That's the only way to get it a hush. So I'm like, all right, cool. One day, I told her, because I went in the comments, I'm like, all right, people don't like that. All right, whatever. I'm not her mother. She's another grown woman. I have to respect this lady. But she's not going to keep talking over me, yo. I'm already confused on why the fuck she's still here. You know what I mean? Like on air. Not in the building. On air. Right? So I'm like, all right. I told her, be quiet the next day. Charlamagne texts me and he says, yo, don't tell her be quiet. You tell her shut up. Play into that narrative of y'all beefing. Y'all not.
Now, Charlamagne is somewhere going, how I get in this? How I get in this?
Liking each other. Why the fuck would we do that? But I'm like, you know what? All right, cool. She cool with it, I'm cool with it, because I'm not a be quiet type of bitch anyway. I am a shut up type of bitch. Ask my kids, right? Even the 7-month-old, ask her. So then I asked again. I'm like, all right, so she's going to be the fourth host. That's what it is. Whenever we do find that, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of beating around the bush, y'all. So look, she started doing the news. I'm like, all right, look, that's her segment. Take me off that shit. Y'all give her that shit. Take me off that shit. This is her segment now. This is no longer Jess with the mess. You know, got dark fats as a mother. Okay. So I said, take me off that shit. This is no longer my segment. I said it. Take me off of that. Give it to her. Give it to her. Charlamagne said, nah, I don't want it to be her segment. It damn near sure is already. Like it's her segment. She's reading it and she's doing it to the best of her ability. Shorty is like that. Yeah. That's why I picked her to fill in for me for maternity leave. That's why I picked her. Y'all need to understand something. I'm never hating on Shorty. I already told her. I tell her every day. I tell her she's pretty every day. I tell her every day. I big up this woman every day. Every day. I don't have no reason to fucking hate on that girl. I don't. No, I didn't like her when I came back because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation.
Y'all get the gist of it. We're not about to sit here and I'm not, again, y'all, it's all over social media if y'all want to listen to the whole 22 minutes. But you get the gist of it, right? She felt some kind of way coming back from maternity leave. And again, I told you guys, I understand her frustration. I do not understand or like the way she's handling it, right? But again, okay, Xavier quoting the 49 laws of power. But again, you choose to come down to social media and handle it knowing you got to walk back in that building today and face these same people you airing out. Now, I'm going to say this. You have a manager for a reason. Call your manager. He taking 10% or more of what you make him or her earn their money. Call them and say, listen, I need you to call up to the powers that be. And I need you to find out what's going on because A, B, and C is going, and I tried to handle it, and I'm getting gaslit, and I'm not feeling it. So today on the Breakfast Club, I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit about how it went down on the Breakfast Club. First, I'm gonna let you hear what Jess Hilarious said, and then I'm gonna let you hear when Jess Hilarious and Lauren LaRosa spoke, because Lauren LaRosa is the woman that replaced her, who is also a producer. So I'm gonna let y'all hear what Jess Hilarious had to say.
Morning, everybody. It's Steve. We're supposed to be a team up there. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm not one mother ever with this online. Come on, I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's a mother reason. I always got my mouth open all the time. It's ran like a high school. It is. Fair East Side High.
I agree with that.
Fair East Side High.
Fair point.
Before Mr. Club, though.
You see how Charlamagne still ain't taking her seriously? You hear how he's clowning her? Because they're playing a clip. I didn't play the whole 20 minutes, but they're playing a clip from what we just listened to. Do you hear how he's clowning her? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Fair point. Yeah, it is a high school here. He's still not taking her seriously. But okay.
They always talk about, you ain't at work. Yeah, I started picking up more shows. Hell no. That's how I'm getting. Hell no. I have more fun outside the studio than I have in there now. Is you crazy? No, act like that. No, act like that's not for real. Act like nobody knew that. Stop acting like y'all like we really.
What you mean we don't have your back?
I have more.
Break that down. Explain how we don't have your
Okay,
back.
all right. So the narrative, like I said, with the online ish, that's what I said. Y'all ain't nobody trying to clear up no narrative about nothing. Ever since I came back, it was weird. Yes, it was weird. Yeah, I at first, no, I did not. I wasn't too fond of Lauren. No, I wasn't too fond of her when I came back because we had a whole plan. Even how when I came back, how I pick her to fill in for me, right? I come back, she ain't never leave. Then, all right, cool that she don't leave, but she's on only during my segment. If she was meant to be a fourth host, move her in another way. Why she got to be moved in on? Because nobody had a problem with Jess with the mess until she started reading right. You know what I mean? Till she started recording. I wasn't hired as a reporter.
Now, the other thing I want to address is she said that when she was doing Jess with the Mess, which is that this, they would talk about celebrity issues or whatever. She just admitted that Lauren does it better than her. She said, I wasn't hired to be a reporter. I was hired to be messy. I was hired to say the crazy dumb shit, which is basically what it was. But Lauren actually used to work at TMZ. And so she's coming in with that TMZ, celebrity gossip mindset. But she's also knowledgeable about what the F she's talking about, whereas Jess wouldn't be. Jess would just say some old crazy, ignorant ass shit. And so, yes, she does it better than you. She said, so you bringing somebody that's reading right. Girl, yes. Isn't that what? Okay, then.
I was hired as Jess with the Mess. So she started reading and delivering details and all that stuff.
Yes.
Then that's when Jess with the Mess wasn't good enough no more. That's how it was presented. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Who said that though? Because the internet said
what
that?
are we talking about? No. This is our listeners. This is Why can't we worry about the comments? And these are people that enjoy the show and watch the show. It's not all about Instagram. It's YouTube. It's like we have people that have been watching the show. Yes, she's great at what she do. That's why I picked her to fill in for me. But when I came back, it's like, what's going on? If she's gonna be a fourth voice, why she only gotta be a fourth voice?
Or correct me if I'm
my
wrong.
segment.
She wasn't a fourth voice. She was a producer. She was hired as a news producer to help with getting all news and doing interviews.
She was going to be the senior news producer.
She wasn't on there. When you came back, Lauren was not on there. She was in the back doing questions, sending interview questions, reporting the news. Am I lying?
I thought
Yeah, you lying. She was on air. She was on air.
They told her don't step in this room.
Yes, but I thought you was using her on purpose.
What? You thought I was using Lauren on purpose?
Yes.
No. What are we talking about? No. She didn't leave when I came back. The first day we had a whole situation. Like, all right, look, this was going to happen. And when it's time for us to roll, it changed. No, the first question was about, the only person who asked me about my baby maternity leave was Envy. All right, I walked in. She addressed the hate in the comments. That was the first thing she addressed when I came back. I'm like, what the hell would make I want to talk about that?
Talk off air though, right?
So yeah. We started talking off air.
So thank you, thank you, Kim. You're absolutely correct. How do y'all not know whether that woman was in the room or out the room when Jess came back? For DJ Envy to be like, she wasn't here. What do you mean? She was told not to come in here. When literally, I don't watch The Breakfast Club, but literally you can just watch The Breakfast Club and know whether that woman was on the show or not after Jess Hilarious came back. I feel we heard clips of the four of them doing segments together. So what are you talking about, Envy?
Even prior to you even coming back.
So then I felt uncomfortable that first day. So I'm like, all right, look. Thea was like, all right. Well, we'll just take her off air. She was back the next week. All right, cool. Because there was a voice. Y'all wanted her on air. There was a voice. They wanted her there. They wanted her here. There's a place for Lauren in the show. All right, cool.
But
if there's a place for her on the show,
you wanted her
let's
here
do
too,
it
though.
Another way. Yeah.
Because you said you wanted to change the segment from Jess with the Mess to the Lauren.
That was eventually, even when.
Again, y'all are gaslighting this woman because now you're saying, well, you said you wanted to change the segment from Yes with the Mess to Lauren. That was after she didn't leave. And Jess said, well, she does it better than me. So go ahead and just let her have it. I don't want to share my segment. So if y'all are going to let her do the celebrity news, then let her have the celebrity news. I'll do something else. Don't play. See, again, I don't like Jess. But y'all know I'm going to be fair. I'm going to try to be fair and I'm going to call it how I see it. Y'all playing in her face right now. Y'all are playing in her face right now.
Even when it came down to it still being called Jess with the Mess, and then I'm introducing her to introduce stories, that was pointless and it was stupid. It's no Jess with the Mess. Just make it Brown Girl Grinding or Lauren with the latest or Lauren's Legal Corner. I'm giving ideas. I'm like, yo, I even with the Taylor, yo, change that. Take that Jess with the Mess off of there. I feel like I'm getting credit for something I'm not doing, and it's stupid because this is not what she does. Is not Jess with the Mess. I read headlines and I give commentary. I say what people thinking.
I agree. Could I ask
You
a
know what I'm
question?
saying? Yes, she's more of a reporter. She's journalism.
Can I ask a question?
What?
Why didn't you wear the do-rag this morning?
Because.
Why you joke so much, man?
What you mean? I'm
joking.
And it's not a do-rag, it's a silk.
And again, Charlamagne is being totally dismissive of this woman's concerns. Again, do I think it should have been addressed publicly? I don't. But I read what y'all said in the comments that maybe she felt like that's the only way she could be heard. And that's a valid point. That's a valid point of view to say, listen, maybe she felt like this is the only way that she could be heard. But here we are again. This woman is really sitting here trying to air it out and explain what her issues are to your face, which I give her credit for having that same energy to their face that she had on Instagram, because everybody don't do that. Everybody doesn't do that. So I give her credit for having that same energy. Yeah, this was on air. This was on air. So I give her credit for having that same energy. But now this man talking about something, well, you ain't with a do-rag then. Because in her live, her hair was wrapped. Like, but again,
but it's not. It's not a joke.
If you gonna bring it to the radio, I want to laugh.
It's not a joke.
Okay?
But it's not a joke.
It's a serious issue about it.
It is a serious issue.
Okay, let me just sit back and watch it, because I'm not Joe Clark.
Because it's not.
I am actually. You're my baseball bet.
Now it's now Envy. That's what I'm saying. No, nobody has even tried to clean up the narrative that I'm a villain. Man,
You're not a villain. Who said you a villain?
Yo, stop acting like you don't live in them comments too, Charlotte. Stop acting like you don't understand.
What do I always tell you? I say stop listening to the internet. Stop listening to the comments. Stop listening to the folks on YouTube. Don't let them trick you out your position. What you did last night is what they want you to do, and you can't let the internet win.
No, but look, it's not even about what they want me to do. I did last night what I wanted to do, what I felt like I should have been did. I've been asking questions.
The internet loves mess. And one of the easiest ways to create mess is to pit people against each other, especially two women. And I don't dwell in that. And y'all know that.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. You let the internet dictate what's going on. We've had conversations, and this is the thing. This is why I thought it was corny, and it's just me personally. I thought it was corny because we have conversations up here. We just have a meeting. If you had an issue, a problem, a situation, or something that you felt, why you ain't bring it to the team? When you came back, Jess, I pulled you to the side. I said, Jess, if you feel uncomfortable, if you don't want Lauren in the room, this is your show. We can make that the change whenever you want. Did I not say that to you?
Yeah, you did. It's not about wanting her in the room, yo. It's about the segment. Like it was like y'all
have that
y'all
conversation
wanted
off
her.
air. If you had a problem, say it to us.
I've
We
had
had a
many
meeting yesterday.
conversations off air. What
not
is we
like
talking
that.
about?
Not like nobody having my back, because we have your back. As far as the Corey Holcomb thing, y'all been beefing for 11 years.
I'm not worried about it's not even about you.
You're worried about comments. And you're worried about what people say after.
I'm worried about the
comments,
perception and my reputation of being on the show.
They've been itching on me for 15 years. They've been itching on Charlamagne for 15 years.
Well, to be fair, Envy, you've been accused of a lot of shit over the years, so. But I think she has a valid point about that. Now, I will say this, Jess. You can't blame the Breakfast Club for your career. I mean, for your reputation, because you done said some crazy shit. And that's all you. That's all you. Excuse me. Somebody said, when did TV and radio stop being fun? Again, I'm going to go back. This is my opinion. I think it stopped being fun is when people started letting us see what's behind the wall, right? It's like the Wizard of Oz. Once we realized the wizard was just a regular old man who fucking got lost, right? How many times have we found out later about a TV show? Like, I'll give you a perfect example. The Golden Girls, one of my favorite sitcoms ever. And then you find out behind the scenes how them women didn't even get along like that. They weren't really friends. You know, Rue McClanahan, you know, she was envious because she really wanted Betty White's part, and they gave her the siren part. B. Arthur was and Betty White didn't always get along. They had their spats. Like, it doesn't make it fun, but we didn't find out about this shit until these women are dead. And a lot of these stories didn't come out until much, much later after the show was done. And some of them had already gone on to glory because people didn't come down to the internet and tell all their damn business. They might write a tell-all book when they're 90 years old. But it's social media. And yes, I come down here and we talk about it. but I can only talk about what you tell me. I can only talk about what you put out there.
I don't let it affect me because I know who I am as a person. I don't give a F what them people say in the comments. Oh, come on. I know who I am. I know what I do. You let them people get in the comments and F with you. You are great at what you do.
Everybody simmer down.
Like, you are dope.
She's very
dope. You let them people piss you off. No, F them niggas. You nice. Like, what you do is funny.
I tell her that all the time.
You brought that energy that we needed to the Breakfast Club. Yeah. And you let a bitch ass person in the comments say something to steer you up. F them niggas.
We don't even know who these people are.
And again, you're gaslighting her because she was very clear. She said it wasn't about the comments. It was about the narrative, and nobody had her back. Nobody came to say, no, that's not true. That's not what's happening. And she said it's about her reputation. Again, y'all playing in her face. True, we did not have the internet back then, but I mean, even people when they would go on interviews and do, you know, when they would go do interviews, they didn't tell it all. Very seldom did we know what was going on behind the wall. And you're right, we didn't have social media, but people still have ways of getting stuff out. Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't saying that people didn't leak stuff to the press and leak it to the gossip magazines and to Page 6. We know that did happen. But I'm just saying, you know, generally speaking, we didn't know a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. People just kept it professional. Right. We did have the tabloids and stuff, but it wasn't, you know, but people, again, usually it was very much, and even if it came from the source, people kept it the way they were kept it. I disagree. They were gaslighting her. Envy said she had opportunities to speak up in production meetings, but never did. But she also said that she did speak up. Again, I think that's gaslighting because we see right here where she's trying to tell them and they're playing like, what do you mean? I don't know. You see Charlamagne's making jokes and all of that. I hear what you're saying, but I feel like she did try to talk to them. And just like they're doing her, if this is what they're doing live on air, what do y'all think they were doing in private when nobody was there to listen? I mean, when nobody was there to hear it. If this is what they're doing to her publicly, what do y'all really think they were doing in the back? And again, I started this off by saying I'm no Jess Hilarious fan. I don't think that Jess Hilarious is handling this the way she should handle it. Let's be clear. I'm not on anybody's side because I'm not a fan of hers. I could care less whether she come on the show or not. I don't even watch the damn show. I don't like none of them. Out of the three of them, I don't like none of them. And the only time I even pay the Breakfast Club any attention is when something that happens on the Breakfast Club goes viral. And I'm like, oh, let me go hear what it was so I can talk about it. I could give a damn about this show. And I think that I told y'all at the beginning, for those of you that are just coming in, maybe you missed it. I think that Charlamagne is a misogynistic asshole who hates himself. And I think that Jess Hilarious is a homophobe, transphobe asshole. Ignorant as fuck. And I think DJ Envy is a crook. So I don't care about none of these people. But I'm hearing what people are saying and I see it the way and I'm not saying y'all got to agree with the way I see it, but I see it the way I see it. Now, do I think that she's handling it? No, you have management for a reason. If you're not being treated well, you came back from maternity leave and you don't think you're being treated well, they brought this person in and you thought they were just here temporarily and the person won't leave. And now you feel like this person is stepping on your toes, not literally, but stepping on your toes and stepping on your segments and pushing you out of a job. That's what you have a manager for. If you tried to go to production and you tried to have the conversation and you don't feel like you're being heard, you're paying somebody to be heard. Have him or her call down to the radio station, iHeartRadio, whatever, whoever, and say, listen, my client is not happy. And we have, in Houston, we have a problem because, again, now the laws have changed in the last couple of weeks because of, President Dumpy Pants. But we used to have laws that protected women while they were on maternity leave. And you have a good lawyer and throw around the right words. Hey, iHeartMedia got to do a double take now, because if you're saying, hey, I feel like I lost my job while I was out on maternity leave and you can't do that, that's against the law. See, to me, there's a way of handling things. coming down to the internet ain't the way to handle it. Now, maybe I'm old school. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. But I just don't think this is the way to handle it. Somebody earlier said something about Jess Hilarious, Monique. It must be a Baltimore thing. And y'all threw Tamar in there. Tamar is not from Baltimore. I just gotta keep reminding y'all that she's not from Baltimore. All right, now that was that. Now I'm gonna let y'all hear when Jess Hilarious and La Rosa were talking, and I'm gonna let y'all hear how that conversation went. Because I like that. Well, I still don't like that they did this on the air, but I like the fact that she got it, that they let her speak as well.
You remember when Q was on Juice? Parts of that live yesterday, I'm like, bro, we be talking at least enough. Like, we don't got to be friends outside of here. But I feel like I've always said to you off air, whenever things have happened, we've had conversations about a lot of different things. Let's talk. Call me. What's up? What's the issue? What's going on?
The issue is the whole narrative. Like, I understand after comments and after people and all that. But it's not all about them. It's how I'm feeling too. What if I'm feeling the same way the people feel? You know what I'm saying? So what? Because niggas online feel a certain way. I feel the same way they feel about it.
Call me and curse me out. Call in and curse them out. Yes, you do.
Yes, like, okay. I've done that. You know what I mean?
There's a bigger issue sometimes too, because I feel like, all right, you'll call him, you'll cuss him out. We might talk about different situations. But I think a lot of times, if there's an issue for real, and then it don't be no movement in here, it's like there's an issue outside, and then there's no movement in here, and then we just all in here like he ha. Like, you're doing a lot of it right now. You're laughing and joking, but for real, you know that she's up here crying. Nothing about that is funny. Like, there's real issues and real problems, and we don't really get to the gist of it.
Ever. I want the record to show I see Jess cry a lot. So
it doesn't matter if you see her cry 1,000 times.
See what I'm saying? Charlamagne refuses to take this seriously. He doesn't listen. Charlamagne don't give a fuck about none of this. He doesn't care how Jess Hilarious feels. He doesn't care how it's making Lauren feel. He don't even care that it's being aired out publicly. He doesn't care. And he's been very clear through his actions that he doesn't care. So after today, Jess Hilarious, stop trying to make him care. And you say that you have more fun away from the show than doing the show, then you need to, again, call your manager and find out what you need to do to get out of your contract. Because, listen, life is too short to not be happy. And if you are this unhappy and the people that you have to work with, this is their response when you're literally crying out for help. And that's their response. Maybe that's not the place you need to be. And I'm sure you're making a good little piece of change. I get it. Probably hard to walk away from. But it's not worth your happiness and your mental health. Somebody said maybe this is postpartum. Maybe it is. It may very well be. Well, listen to a little bit more.
I'm not talking to y'all. I'm not talking to y'all. See, because when I try to be serious and talk, you see what I'm saying? You see how they do me?
I'm saying is that I think at this moment, because this is East Side High, West Side, whatever high we gonna be, we here and we together, so we got to figure this out. And it's not, everything's not a joke. And I can understand some of where you was coming from, but bro, part of that live I thought was crazy. I'm like, what, Jess? Like,
what part did you think was crazy?
What part? Because like, it's not like you didn't hear anything in that live that I haven't said to you.
I heard a lot that you didn't say to me.
Okay, so what part did I not say to you?
Okay, so the part about the talking over each other and the hush, be quiet, because you talk about how you feel in real time, right?
Yeah.
I'm feeling in real time. That be quiet. That was crazy. The shut up. I was like, oh, okay, because what we really giving up here? Like, what's up?
Okay,
right? But I didn't.
None of that was said. You didn't say anything about that.
And then when I pulled you into the office with our EP with Eddie, the first thing I said to you was, Jess, we fighting for airtime and it shouldn't be like that. I want to know what can I do better as a producer? What can we do better as the two women sitting right here next to each other to make sure that don't happen, because it doesn't look good. It's not going to play well for either one of us.
I literally swear to God, I don't even remember you saying that.
And that's exactly why I had Eddie in the room or EP to have this.
I never ever heard that.
Because
you've pulled me to the side a few times to ask me, you know, are you okay? How do you feel like about the stories and things like that? You've never said what you just said to me. Now listen, I have said, hush, shut up. That, yo, you overtalk. And like I said, I'm not about to be up here fighting for no mic. Like, I'm not doing that. If I already got the job, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not. It's four voices. Three of us are very opinionated. You know what I mean? Me, you, and Charlamagne. I'm not saying Envy don't got no opinion, but he don't jump in every single time there's dead air. You know what I'm saying? When you overtalk. And it's like the only time you can quiet down is somebody be like, shut up or hush.
My mom don't even tell me shut up, Jess. I'm a grown-ass woman.
And I understand. You could have said that on air right then and there. Or right after when you saying you pulled me in the office. You never pulled me nowhere to tell me that.
Because the way that I do things when it comes to my job and my career, that's not what we on. And I told you from the jump, I was never going to give that to you.
Okay.
Ever. And did I not? Our first conversation, I said, if I ever have an issue with you, I'm going to handle it in a way where we can get through a conversation because we grown. And regardless, you don't got to love me. You don't got to like me, but we here together. I'm here.
And listen, like I said earlier, the internet loves men.
Yes, you are here.
And one of the easiest ways to create mess is to pit women against each other.
And you're here because of an opportunity that I extended. Regardless of that's no. I'm not sitting here like you don't deserve to be here. I'm not sitting here like you're not here. You're not going anywhere. That's first and foremost, let's get that. It may be my delivery or whatever. But yeah, you are here. I ain't never say you shouldn't be here. I said from the whole jump, yeah, Shorty do the job. Great. She's amazing. That's why I want it to be her segment. I
think y'all can work very well together. And once again, you got to stop letting the internet pit y'all against each other.
I know the internet has created a narrative. Lauren versus Jess versus Lauren.
But
that's what it is.
And that's what I'm trying to say is the internet is there. We see it. None of us can ignore it. I saw that Corey thing a week ago. It didn't say nothing about it.
But y'all clear up everything else. Nobody want to clear up that I'm not doing that. I don't like you, or I'm hating on a.
They say I'm gay. I ain't never came up here and said I don't suck no pee-pee. That's true, though.
That's different now. Come on.
The last time I attempted to do that, Jess, it went so bad that I said I wasn't going to do it again.
Attempted to do what?
I don't dislike you. You don't dislike me. The day you came back. That's what my intentions was. And we talked about
that was different. The way when I did come back, Lauren, you have to admit that ish was crazy. The way we had a setup, we had something going, we had a whole nother plan. It went left. You came here and it's like you did something totally different. The first thing that you spoke to was the things in the comments.
I feel like we're having a behind the scenes meeting on air, which is kind of cool. But let's go to commercial or something, and then come back.
Hello.
Honestly, again, I honestly don't think this came out of nowhere. I think, and this is totally my opinion. It's just totally my opinion. I think she already knows she's not coming back. I think she was told like hush hush behind the scenes, hey girl, they ain't trying to renew your contract. Or she was straight up told they're not renewing her contract and they're just gonna let her work out her last however many months. That's my opinion. I have to feel like Jess Hilarious knows that either she's voluntarily walking out the door or she's being pushed out the door. But I have to believe that Jess Hilarious knows that this isn't going to work. And if she didn't know before she went live last night, she has to know now. These men don't give a fuck about your feelings. I think Lauren is willing to try to work. Now, it does sound like Lauren tried to talk to her because it was funny how when Lauren said, well, I pulled you aside. Now all of a sudden, Jess don't remember that conversation. Well, I don't remember that happening. Girl, how you forget? How did you forget you had a conversation with Lauren and one other person in a private meeting, just the three of y'all, to have this conversation? How you don't remember that? Now all of a sudden, I don't remember that happening. I feel like there's enough to go around. I'm going to be honest and tell y'all. Remember when it was announced that Jess Hilarious was going to be the permanent host. Y'all remember when she announced it and they were like, she was announcing it early and she wasn't supposed to announce it. And then they came back and was like, oh, it was just a joke. It was a joke. And they had this whole photo shoot with her sitting in a chair and they was like this big announcement and it was a joke. Like we were just playing with y'all. Can I tell y'all, I never believed that. I believe that Jess Hilarious said I believe that Jess Hilarious jumped the gun. She told us that thank you for the super chat, Big Ant. Thank you, boo. Thank you. I believe that you came down here to this good internet and you spoke too soon and you said too much and they had to play it off. And that's where we got the whole, oh, it was just a joke. I don't believe it was a joke. I think you weren't supposed to say nothing and your ass said something and then they had to play it off. But at that point, they had already signed the contracts and yada, 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 yada. That's my opinion. And I think from that point forward, I think you was kind of already on thin ice because you had already pissed everybody off. Now, that's my opinion. Then you messed around and you got pregnant. And as a woman, far be it for me to tell somebody when they should or shouldn't get pregnant, because I ain't about to sit here and tell nobody when you should or shouldn't have a child. That's your private business between you and whoever you're having that child with. So I'm not going to say that she should not have had a child. However, she said that she did it on purpose. She got pregnant on purpose, and that was her decision. In hindsight, Jess, was that the best time to get pregnant? You literally just started a new job. Was that the best time? If it in fact was on purpose. If it was in fact done on purpose, you couldn't have waited 6 months. You couldn't have waited a year. You literally just, and that's any job. I'm not saying that just because it's the Breakfast Club. That's any job. And unfortunately, that is the brunt that women do bear. Unfortunately. For you to say, I did it on purpose, this was a planned pregnancy, and you literally just started a job. And again, I don't want nobody attacking me, talking about some women can do what they want to do with their body, da, 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 da. I got that. I'm a woman. I got it. But we also going to be real. We're also going to be honest and be real. And that's any job. That's any job. I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to put 2 and 2 on this one and come up with 4. That this foursome probably ain't going to be here much longer. I give it. When did Jess Hilarious get signed? Who remembers when she started? Was it spring? Was it summer? Was it fall? I suspect that when her contract is up, I feel like that's a wrap. And it might be sooner. They might buy her out of her contract. Because again, if you're not happy, why are you here? And again, the 2 men in the big chairs don't give a fuck. That's my opinion. Remember they tried to gaslight Angela Yee. So Jess Hilarious, I would say get your exit plan in order, whatever your next chapter is going to be. You said you've been going on the road a lot more. You've been taking gigs or whatever, and you've been enjoying that. My suggestion is that you get on the phone with your management and tell them to get you booked up. Get you booked up. Because I don't think you're going to be there much longer. Right, DB. Blame the post. And I shouldn't say it like that, but baby, you better go on and get out that contract. That's my opinion. And I agree, TA, because some people like Jess Hilarious. Some people find her funny. Some people are entertained by her. I told y'all at the beginning of this, I'm not a fan. I don't find her entertaining. And I think she's offensive. And I think she's a homophobe and a transphobe. But again, this world rotates because it's different strokes for different folks. So there are people who like her. And she clearly makes money. She clearly can go out and work and hustle. So I ain't gonna get into the Corey Holcomb because I ain't got the energy for him. I didn't. It was too much. It's just too much ignorant at this point. I don't have the energy for him. But with that being said, y'all, we're about to get up out of here. Tomorrow is Thursday. We'll depending on what time I get home, we'll do a full tribe meeting tomorrow. Some other things going on that we can talk about. Wendy Williams had a good day in court today. So we can talk about some other things tomorrow. If I get home in time, I have to do something after work. There's only 3 episodes of Beyond the Gates this week, so we'll do our roundup either tomorrow. We'll probably do that on Friday. Something else I thought I had to tell y'all, but with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.